Like Kevin said, my name's Stefan from Walt, a Computational Fellow here at BIDS. I'm the founder of scikit-image, an open source library for image processing in Python. Scikit-image started as a collection of source snippets from my PhD and from the teaching I was doing at the time in applied mathematics, and also from several contributors on the SciPy mailing list. I started the project because I love image processing. What a wonderfully rich modality of investigating data, giving you such clear, intuitive feedback. I started the project because it scratched an itch. I had image processing research that needed to be done, and the code helped me to do that, and I thought it would be useful to share this with others, and sharing was a big motivational factor as well. So 7 lessons I learned across the past 7 years. Arguably, I should have learned more, but here you go. So number 1, stick to your guns. When we started with these projects in the early 2000s, people thought we were crazy to be programming, doing scientific programming in Python. If we did not continue with that work, we would not have the rich ecosystem of packages we ended up with today. So keep going in the face of adversity. Number 2, treasure your users. Users are really hard to find, harder to keep, and a really valuable asset. So listen what they have to say about the work that you do, understand that their criticism can be to your benefit, and try and make life easy for them by not breaking your application interfaces. Number 3, naming is important, and this goes for whether you are naming functions, projects, or variables. Names invoke rich imagery in our heads, and if you can name something well, it inspires intuitive usage. Number 4, leadership and equality are not mutually exclusive. I'd say that leadership is about listening to the people around you, distilling what they have to say, and motivating your team to do better. Strong voices in the community are not an obstacle to be overcome. They help you, and that diversity of opinion is very beneficial. Number 5, license your code. If you don't license your code, we cannot use it. We cannot build upon it and give you back something. We run into the situation all the time where researchers publish their code without attaching a license. We often negotiate successfully with them to release it under an open license, but please consider licensing your code when you make things available. Number 6, innovate and create, don't follow. When we started writing this toolbox or this library, we thought it might be a good idea to simply replicate what MATLAB had done in their toolbox. And if we followed that road, we would not be here today doing this still. That is a brain-dead, boring road forward. You don't want to be doing that. So try something new, try something innovative. If you are joyful in what you're building, you will create a work of art. Number 7, always put people first. People are your most valuable and richest resource at your disposal. Especially take very good care of your team. Nurture them, teach them, help them to advance in their lives and their careers, and protect them against unfair criticism from people outside of your project who may not have the perspective to understand what they're doing. So yeah, that's the 7 lessons I learned. I'd like to end with a couple of real-world examples of where scikit-image is used. Alexander Sequeira used it for radiometric dating. Emmanuel Jouillard in Paris uses it for analyzing 3D tomography scans of materials. We see its use in astronomy. For example, the Gamma Pi team uses it to create source catalogs. In medical images, uses abound. We see it used in endoscopic surgeries, in hip refixation simulations, and in 3D analysis of bone structure. And in quantitative histology, Quentin Caudron and his team at Princeton's Department of Ecology and Evolutionary Biology perform analysis of histology slides. And finally, this is an example of a processed satellite image sent to me by Robin Wilson in the UK. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening, and feel free to catch me afterwards for questions. And please ask me about the BIDS Machine Shop, a new effort we have underway here at BIDS.
Could you please say something about licenses? Which license you would recommend?